The corrupt opposition
guy,
cannot bring down Imran Khan
they
after
shanked
throwing
him. They
everything
put
at
all
him.
these knives in his back, and they kicked him out of government. They ousted him, despite him having more popular support than any Pakistani politician in the last decades. I mean, this is the rallies that this guy holds, right? I don't know anyone. I don't know any politician inside or outside of Pakistan that has crowds like that. It's not just one rally or two rallies. It's every night. He goes to Karachi, he goes to Peshawar, he goes to Islamabad, and he's whipping up these enormous crowds, innumerable amounts of people. I mean, it's really crazy. This guy's insanely popular, and they got rid of him because they're scared. They made sure that he's kicked out of government, and now they're trying to accuse him of terrorism, accusing him of the wildest crap, just to bar him from running for election again. That's what it's about. They want to. They're killing him. Because he's a fierce political opponent. And again, keep in mind, these people that oppose Khan, they're nobodies. They're nobodies. No one even knows their names. Okay? I mean, obviously you have some famous political families in Pakistan, and the new Pakistani prime minister is his own family, the Sharif family, are also well known, but they don't have the same popularity as Khan. And I saw a news story that they hacked his Twitter account for Imran Khan, and they bugged his phones as well, right? So he posted about this on Twitter, right? So there were these audio leaks that took place, and they had bugged his home and his office. I don't recall exactly if it was his home, but I think it was his office, because he was talking about how, if they've bugged me, they can bug the other prime minister, and it's basically a threat to national security, right? So here's the stories from October 11th. So Imran Khan to move court for JIT probe into audio leaks. Okay, so as he announced his intention to approach courts for a probe into the audio leaks emanating from the Prime Minister's office, there you go. So it was his office. Former Premier Imran Khan on Monday said the date of his much-typed long march was shrouded in mystery because of ubiquitous phone tapping. So in a series of tweets, the former Prime Minister, whose audio clips have emerged over the past 2 weeks, said he would approach the courts for the formation of a joint investigation team, JIT, to probe these audio leaks, which featured conversations that occurred at the PM's house and office. Okay, so I was right. It's both. Quote, audio leaks are a serious breach of national security as they call into question the entire security of the Prime Minister's office and the Prime Minister's residence. Imran Khan claimed that the secured line at his residence was also bugged when he was the Prime Minister. Quote, we intend to go to court to establish authenticity of the leaks and then form JIT, so the task force, to investigate which intelligence agency is responsible for the bugging and who is leaking out the audios, many of which are edited, doctored. Christ, I mean, I really don't even know what to say. He said which intelligence agency. That's the thing. You don't even know if it's in Pakistan or it's American. Could be both. And in Pakistan, beautiful country, right? By the way, amazing country. I lived there for a couple of years as a child. I miss it very much. But in Pakistan, the military. If you want to have a successful government, you need the military support. It's a bit like Egypt, right? You have to have the support of the people, and you have to have the support of the military. And the intelligence services in the security service in Pakistan are very, very, very good, very, very smart, and very potent and capable. But I don't know if they're the ones who bugged his phone. I really have no clue. Someone obviously, if someone's doing this, they're obviously a state actor, right? Because you have to consider, it's like Nord Stream 2. Who can do this? Who has the technical knowledge and the manpower and the energy and resources to carry this out, right? Who would do this? Who is the motive? So you have to think of it this way. It's absolutely an intelligence service. I mean, whether it's Pakistani or outside, that's the question, because Imran Khan was saying that there are people in Pakistan, rival politicians, who are working with the Americans to get rid of him, right? Like, he's talking about, of course, those who've defected from the opposition and, defected from the coalition to the opposition, and then they gave the required votes. It's just a handful of votes to oust him as prime minister, right? So he accused them of working with the Americans, and he had a letter from the Americans saying that you better, just walk away peacefully, or we'll get rid of you ourselves. I'm paraphrasing. And, he threatened to publish the letter, but then the courts classified it. So, again, that points to it being real, because if the letter is a fake, why the hell would a court classify a fake letter? So, that's also very shady. And the Americans made no secret of him. They didn't like that he went to Putin when the war started. Literally, the day it started, February 24th, he was in Moscow, and he bought grain. He bought wheat and gas. Was it? Basically either oil or gas. But he bought 200,000 tons of wheat and energy from the Russians, and of course, this being in the Kremlin, shaking hands with Putin, buying his stuff instead of sanctioning him, this is a faux pas. If you don't get with the program, then they're going to come after you. And he, of course, was criticizing the war on terror, which is another big NATO project. So he had to go in the eyes of the Americans, right? And his rivals. This is how they always do it. They'll come and find people in the country who also don't like a certain individual and then work with them from the inside and get rid of them. It's what they do. It's a shame. Like I told you, he's very popular in Pakistan. Extremely popular. And they're afraid of him running for office. So that's why they're trying to bar him from re-election because of these ridiculous, absurd terrorism charges. Terrorism charges? For what? And then these audio leaks, so they're trying to humiliate him. And they're doctored also on top of it. They're not even legitimate. So, some very, very dirty games are being played against Imran Khan.